Barbosa, 914 Wishes County, New York. Do another live video real quick. Girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York. We are definitely back in the motherfucking house. Shout out to the chat. This is your own girl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York. Do another live video real quick.
It's after 4 o'clock in the morning. But I understand that there are some people that ask me, what is the BT1000? What is the BT1000? The BT1000 is basically a woman. In some instances, she's born to be that way. But in other circumstances, she was created. My life circumstances created me. That is how I got my inmate number, 221644. I am the BT1000. I am Lucy the Vampire. I am the Jeeper Creeper on this shit. I am the German Shepherd in the room. And thank God Almighty, I recognize certain attributes about myself physically. I'm not a European beauty. And a lot of black men in this country and all over the world seem to think that the lighter your skin is and more curly your hair, you are beautiful in their eyes. If you look like a European woman, if you look white, I don't look white. I got a lot of white blood running through these fucking veins. That last name Barbosa, that came from a Portuguese motherfucker. They invaded certain places in Africa and they went to the Cape Verdean Islands to enslave those people. So when someone asks, what is a Cape Verdean or, this and that, my family is a large family. We're all over the place. I count everything that going on in the United States as where we are at. But I also have relatives that live in Cape Verde. I have relatives that live in Brazil. I have relatives that live in Mexico. I have relatives that live in Portugal. I have relatives that live in Spain. But shout out to the chat. How did I become the BT1000? I'm going to tell you real quick and real simple how that fucking happened. Because of my bloodline. The motherfuckers in my family will stab your ass in the back, twist the knife, and come and slit your throat. That's what they did to me as a child. I couldn't protect myself then, but I protect myself now. And everyone that offended me, I have already addressed. I'm not mad with anyone on YouTube streets. I look at the real world, who my real enemies are. One by one, all of them have failed. Karma came and got them. But let's talk about how I became the BT1000. In 1973, I was born. But like a lot of y'all Y'all might not have had a mother like mine. My mother was careless with her body. She used the system, and the system basically, I'm going to tell you what adoption is. Adoption is another way of birth control. Foster care system is birth control. Abortion is birth control. Some women are careless with their bodies. Some women don't give a fuck. And I'm talking about those bitches that come from the dirt. I'm talking about those bitches that come from the mud. Those are the bitches I'm talking about. You give birth to these children you don't want. You decide at 6 months, maybe a year, maybe 2 years after the child is born, you don't want to be a parent no more. So you dump them on someone else's doorstep. And that's a common practice in this fucking country. And it's getting ready to stop. It's getting ready to stop. Abortion and adoption and foster care system is birth control for you dumbass bitches that don't realize what that fuck shit is. I'm going to explain to you what the fuck it is. And a lot of people like me, usually we go into the military. Usually we go into certain areas of service where we think we got to take care of the whole fucking world. But who takes care of us in the middle of the night? Who takes care of us if we get injured? If I was to get hurt right now, I could never stop working. I got to work. I got to get my money. I got to. I have no choice. Inmate number 221644 showed me a whole lot. 6 years, 7 months. Judge Schuler was my judge, and I believe he's retired. He's the only motherfucker that can judge me. The rest of you niggas need to lay the hell off of me. Especially those Quamite beta male bitch ass niggas over there. You bands. Fuck y'all. I became the BT 1000 because I was mistreated as a child, and when I became an adult, I held on to my feelings. And I did things I didn't want to do, but I had to do it. And I didn't give a fuck who it destroyed. I didn't give a fuck who I destroyed. People talk about certain YouTube creators that are female on this app. They talk about Sister T. They talk about Queen Regina. They talk about Lonnie One Love. Those women ain't got nothing on me. I'm the only one that can actually say who the fuck I am. The Black Terminator. I terminate what I want to get rid of. We are filled with anger from childhood all the way up. I went into the fucking penitentiary. It didn't stop me. My crime was committed in 1994. I was 21 years old. That was a lot of built up, pent up anger. But I knew where my anger was coming from. I knew it. I always recognized where the anger was coming from. I robbed that convenience store. Not with a gun, not with a knife, but with an actual axe. When I went to the county jail, they was calling me Chopper Mama. But my victim was not killed. My victim was not murdered. They just couldn't work anymore after that experience. They became afraid. They became frightened of the night. So they are afraid of people like me. I remember a few months ago, I was working overnights. Overnight. I usually work during the day or overnight. I would never put myself in position to work somewhere where something like that could occur. And if it does occur, that's why they will not hire me to work at certain stores, because you have to have a gun behind the counter. You have to have a cool head behind that counter, dealing with different people at different times in the day. You might see one particular customer come in there one time, two time, three time. Customer get loud with you. The customer get disrespectful. What do you do? If I had a gun, it would be no question. No question. That's why I don't get hired for certain positions. I remember when I was living in New York, and I went down there to Mount Vernon, New York, one particular day to go with my sister. At that time, the mayor, I think his name was Mayor Davis, he was hiring people to work at the county jail, at the local jail right there in Mount Vernon. And he was accepting any application from anyone. And my relatives was like, yo, Ray, you can go and get that job. I said, go get the job to work at the jail. You're going to be working at the city jail. I said, but I got a conviction. I'm a convicted felon. I can't work there. Say, yes, you can, under Mayor Davis. In Mount Vernon, New York. Shout out to the 914. Shout out to the 914. But I said, no, I don't want to do that. It's different ways how the BT 1000 is created. But usually she's born into a bloodline. They are backstabbers. They are snakes. What's going on in this YouTube app don't amount to nothing in real life. I've been fighting for my survival for over 50 years. And I'm going to continue to fight for my own personal survival. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to my ghost watchers. But a lot of people are afraid to speak with me on this, in my own chat. But they want to talk to me in other people's chats. They want to say, hello, Arabia. Hey, what's going on? Arabia, a shout out to you. Fake support. I became a member of Soda Nation years ago, 2013, all the way to 2021. As I was going through my lot of life, I listened to the voice of Tommy Sotomayor, where he pointed out certain attributes or certain behaviors that certain Black women had. And he said, look for this, look for that, look for the other thing. A lot of us are not hair hats. A lot of us don't wear weaves. A lot of us don't wear extensions. A lot of us are natural. We don't wear makeup. We don't wear dresses. We don't carry a pocketbook. A lot of us don't do it. But we got some that actually wear that shit. And those are the most dangerous ones. The ones that look feminine, according to European styles of beauty. There is a sector of South Carolina. There's a certain section of South Carolina where you can go, and it's a village. And it was started by people that came from New York, people that came from the Dominican Republic, people that came from Puerto Rico, people that came from Cuba, people that came from different areas of the world, went down to certain place in South Carolina. And when you cross over into there, you're welcomed. And I remember a few years ago, I was wearing a sleeveless t-shirt, sleeveless, no sleeves on it. And the arms were exposed as to my self-mutilation behavior. Because I was a self-mutilator for many, many years. I even did a fellatio video with a butcher knife in my mouth not too long ago. The video can't be found because YouTube took it down. They took it down. And they had every right to take it down. Because on that big channel, I had over what? 600 subscribers. That channel, every now and then I'll go over there and look at that channel. Every now and then I'll go and look at my older channels. I got channels way before that channel. It shows me brushing my hair, combing my hair, talking about Tommy Sotomayor, this, that, what's going on in the world. I wasn't over here in the sector talking about other people. I don't give a fuck what other people do. I don't give a goddamn. You don't pay no bills over here. I don't worry about you. Shout out to my YouTube creators. Some of you allow me on your panels. But today was not my best day. It was not my best day. Unfortunately for me. And usually when I hear a video, I listen to it one time. I might go back and visit that video tomorrow morning after 8 o'clock in the morning. I might revisit older videos. See, lately what I've been doing, I've been going over there to Andre O.D. Kimball videos. And I've been going down the line playing each video. I remember the videos, music drops he did on me. Thick Cut, shout out to Thick Cut, shout out to Andre O.D. Kimball. And I don't mean no harm. These men showed my true element, what I truly be thinking, how I feel, how I move. There's a lot of YouTube creators on this app that have been knowing me for years. Been knowing me for years and years. So I know, I say, God damn, they've been knowing me for 2 years. Oh, that one over there know me for 3. You know how many people been knowing me on this app? 8 years, some of them. And they don't type into the chat. They don't say anything. They see me go over there to my other social media platforms. These people have not said anything. But the BT1000 basically is a woman, is usually a woman that is filled up with rage and hate. And sometimes it spills over into her personal life. And sometimes she destroys people along the way. She has no concept of what she does. She feels nothing for those people. They have no conscience. I have a conscience. I know when I do something wrong. I know. And I don't shy away from it. I'm the only bitch probably on this app can actually say, yes, I've done something wrong. Yes, I misstepped. Or yes, I spoke out of line. Yes. I'm probably the only bitch over here that can do that. And I look over there at that woman that totally destroyed Garrick, Russell Bed, and anyone else in the Kwame section of YouTube. And I said to myself, that's the next BT 1000. She don't call herself that, but I recognize. But she said she only did it because people were trying to hurt her, trying to put her in a bad light. If she did it to them, sitting over there with KB, she's liable to do it anywhere else if she feels that she's being attacked. And usually that program will be activated if you feel someone is disrespecting you. If you feel that someone is misguiding you somewhere. And I've been misguided in my life. Not on this YouTube app. I go where I want to go. If I pay my Wi-Fi bill, my electric bill, the phone, I go wherever the fuck I want to go. And I'm going to support whoever the fuck I want to support. And don't nobody tell me what to do. You try to tell me what to do, I'm going to explode. I might put you on Front Street. Shout out to the chat. But I never liked Garrick. Not at all. I don't like Russell Red. Not at all. I don't like Biz 101. Not at all. I don't like those niggas. But the biggest nigga on this app is KB, Kwame Brown. I don't like him. I don't like TJ. I don't like Kevlo. I don't like none of them niggas. And people talking about, oh, the Brown family is divided. The Brown family is fighting each other. The Brown family is battling each other. Don't you know that's a smoke screen? They're not battling with each other. They talk behind the scenes. They're building a narrative. Nobody sees what's going on. You better go and play Tommy Sotomayor old videos. You might want to go over there and look at Andre O.D. Kimball video where Tommy Sotomayor was talking about Kwame Brown. I'll tell you something. Tommy Sotomayor told the whole truth. Told the whole goddamn truth about KB. And anyone that followed him for any amount of time, you should be ashamed of yourself. All of you that followed after Kwame Brown, you should be ashamed of yourself. You shouldn't be on YouTube talking. Look at Ears to the Street. He over there doing his little dumbass video. I don't even look at Ears no more. Ears is irrelevant. You worked with KB. You helped KB. You did what the dirt you did. You built up another. He didn't build nothing. They call him the Rabbit God. How are you the fucking Rabbit God? And those niggas over there run their own shit. They got their own channels. They're part of their own nation. They got their own sector. Shout out to the Rabbits. Ears didn't build a goddamn thing. He was a hater. He didn't want nobody to have their own opinion. He didn't want nobody to have their own mind. That's what Ears to the Street did. He is not the Rabbit God. I see him for who the fuck he is. He tried to lie one particular day. He said that Tommy Sotomayor was a big fan of Kwame Brown. No, Tommy Sotomayor ain't no big fan of nobody. Tommy don't work with nobody because he know how this YouTube streets are. He know how the whole app works. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the motherfucking chat. It is what the fuck it is. That's the whole thing I gotta say about this whole situation. This whole situation.
For Westchester County, New York, we are definitely back in the motherfucking house. Shout out to the chat. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa, 914 Westchester County, New York. Do another live video real quick. Okay, Arabia Barbosa.
That's my intro. That's my outro. I really want the voice to be like in an echo. So what I'm going to do, probably in the next few hours, is edit it where I'm telling you who I am, how the BT 1000 came to be, because I usually go after people that come from me. Anyone that attacks me on this app, I'm going to fucking attack. And a lot of people are waiting for me to retire so they can actually attack me. I ain't worried about the rabbits. The rabbits know me from day one. Day one when they met me. I ain't no stranger to this rabbit got a wrench. Roll Rich, none of them. I ain't no stranger. Y'all met me years ago. You met me when I fought against the death coach on this app. You met me when I went after Lonnie. Empress Lonnie went up. You met me when I went after different ones on this app. But as I share my life, I'm going to share the whole shit. Because I got people in my bloodline that are the true enemies. I know who my enemies are. I know where they live. I know their phone number. I know how to get in contact with them. And I have already shouted out my intentions for that aunt. She want to go up against me? You want to send your sons to go up against me? You're going to be fighting a losing battle. I'm telling you that right now. And trust me, my brother watched all that happening on that Facebook. He watched the back and forth. He heard what was said. He understands. And he said, oh my God, Arabia is digging deeper. I had to go up against my own biological mother. What makes you think I ain't gonna go up against nobody else? I had to fight that bitch. Tamper her ass down. And that same night, all that tampering was going down. Unfortunately, I had got a jump off in my pussy. So I get sexually aroused when I do something violent. A lot of my girlfriends, they know this very well. When violence happens, the sex get better. the juices start flowing more freely. If you beat a female, she gonna love you forever. I've seen that too. I've experienced it in my personal life. You got females on this app are actually afraid to hit my link and talk to Ish. You got females on this app that are afraid of the BT 1000. I am Arabia Barbosa 914, Washington County, New York, bringing to you another live video. I am the original BT 1000. That means I'm the only one on this app in this sector can actually say who the fuck I am. And I don't hide behind this avatar all the time, but I use it every now and then. But when I want to cam up, and I'm going to cam up, and a lot of people don't like what I'm doing. They call me all kinds of names. Minty Fresh, Dark Rivers. I be that. Because everybody they laughing about, they are famous people, they are well off. So I don't get angry or upset because I don't need to look like a female. I know what I am. I remember when I used to have a period. I went through menopause a couple of years ago. I remember the hot flashes. I remember the periods lasting more than 5 days. I remember my menstrual flows. I remember. And I remember the women I slept with. I remember the men I slept with. And I'm not ashamed to say I did it. Some of them I took care of, some of them took care of me. I'm probably the only bitch on this app can actually say who the fuck I am. But ain't too many can actually say who the fuck they are, who the fuck they be. They can't do that. I speak Spanish a little bit. I speak Swahili a little bit. I taught myself 2 different languages. I got the gist of those languages. I got the beginning phrases of those languages. I can actually read it, write it, understand, hear it, comprehend. I taught myself. Right along with my girlfriend. Me and KK, the only one besides anyone else on this app. She the only one that speaks Spanish and Swahili with me. We mixed the languages together. We used to walk down the street happy and proud. We still happy and proud when we see each other. Whenever she come and visit me, I don't care. I will always love her. But she got to get real with herself, and she got to face her biggest rival, and that's that bloodline. She got to fight a battle I can't fight with her. I cannot help her. I can fund the war. I can be a support team for the war, but I can't be there physically. She has to be the one to face off with her own demons. Just like I had to face my demon years ago. Oh, we fought in that house. And she ran down the street and called who? 911. I can't even get a pardon for my crime that happened in 1994. I can't get a pardon for it because of that situation. 16 years of nothing on my record. Then this bitch come along. A bitch will always destroy your shit. It's usually from the bloodline. Your biggest rival, your biggest enemy is your mother. Mhm. Especially if she never planned on having you. Oh, there's different ways that they show their disdain for you if you grew up in their house. If they raised you, there's certain ways they show their disdain. And usually those women are cowards. They are beta females. And they usually choose one child to do all the abuse to. There's a lot of people on this app won't ever talk about the abuse they suffered at the hands of their mother, at the hands of their father. They won't talk about it. And usually those females that grow up in that situation, they become a BT 1000. BT 1000, sometimes she is born in a bloodline, and sometimes she is created through life circumstances. That is who the BT 1000 is. I'm not giving them an excuse. I'm not giving them a door. I'm not giving them a window. I'm explaining what happened. Shout out to the chat. I'm out of here. Been up here long enough.